Now that we're done with Thanksgiving, let's go ahead and figure out what to do with the extra turkey that everybody bought on sale. Since I don't have that much freezer room, I'm going to go ahead and cut this up. Some of it is going to go in the freezer, some of it I'm actually going to can, and it's called a raw pack. It is just turkey. That's all you need to do is put in there. I'm going to do that with the breasts, and we can use those as ingredients for, well, later recipes. And the extras like the quarters and the wings will cook up for dinners later. All right, let's get started. Okay, so first thing we want to do is take all this off. Now, there is a reason why I'm using a tub right now, is because I'm filming. Usually this would happen in the sink and this would all go down the sink. But since we're filming, I want to go ahead and make sure that everything is not going to go everywhere. Now, here's some extra fat that we're going to keep. Make sure everything is out of the turkey. You can take this out. And you can take this off, since we're not roasting it. I always take the turkey tail off, because that gets, that's a dog treat. Cut anything off that doesn't look kosher. And that is a big no-no. I want to go ahead and, verify that this is going to go in the garbage. And that all famous thing of turkey giblets. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take off the externals, the wings and the quarters, and we're going to go ahead and divide the quarters up, because there's a lot of meat on even the drumstick, and that is just, who doesn't like to munch on a turkey drumstick at a festival? So we're going to go ahead and cut this up. Cut the skin first, and you're going to go ahead and follow the ribs right here. I don't know if you can see that. These are the ribs right here. And you're just going to follow this line all the way till you hit the board. You hear that crackling? That's the bone right there. And you want to divide that up. And the bone actually comes off just like that. Now, that is enough meat for about 3 people, maybe, in my house too. So that gets divided. And then we're going to go work on the wing. Wings are a little bit easier because you can actually grab a hold of it. But you want to find the knuckle. It's there somewhere. Watch your fingers. Now, I've got that loose. Let's go ahead and break that knuckle. There we go. And that is one very large wing with meat. And let's go ahead and get the other side. This is not a clean project. So don't forget your apron, like I just did, and got my shirt dirty. Wing. See how easy that was? Just came straight off. Thigh, or quarter. Let me show you how to quarter these real quick. All right, so you have your thigh. This is the same with chicken than it is with turkey. You want to find that knuckle. The easiest way is usually right there. You can actually feel the divot. There's a notch right here between the thigh bone and the leg bone. You want to go ahead and cut through that. And then cut around. To where the only thing that is connected is that bone. And there you have a Renaissance drumstick. And look at all that meat on that thigh bone. This is just all dark meat. If you're a dark meat lover, this is your favorite part, which is mine. And I'm going to leave the skin on of what I'm going to freeze, because whenever I take these out, thaw them out, I'm going to want to go ahead and roast the skin along with that to have that nice rich skin stuff, because I like skin, especially if it's nice and deep and fried and crispy. Finally, success. Tapla. Now, this is a very messy, like I said, very messy. You're going to want to put towels down because it's going to be very juicy. Okay, so here's the breast and the backbone and the carcass. Now, I usually cut the carcass up to be able to easily handle the breastbone more. So if you want, you can do what I'm doing, is to actually cut through the ribs and break the spine in half. It's going to take some strength to do that. This will go through the stock. And once I'm done with the rest of this, the rest of it will go to stock, and we're going to go ahead and can up these turkey breasts. Now what you want to do is that you want to find, it's really easy to find. You can actually see it, this divot right here. That's the breastbone. Okay, you're going to want to cut on either side of this breastbone. Don't worry if there's a little bit of meat left on the bone. It'll go towards the stock. And I'll show you what I do with the leftover bones. After the stock is done. Now, I don't do, with this, I am not going to do regular stock. I'm going to do a bone broth. I'm not going to add any salt. It's just going to be bone and water. Because what I'm going to do with the bones is actually the salt will be very dangerous. And you'll see that. All you have to do is follow the bone. Get as much meat off as you can. And don't cut yourself. If you need a smaller knife, use it. On the more delicate places, I just happen to be pretty skilled with this knife. But that is 1/2 of the turkey breast. That's going to fill up some jars. Now here's the carcass. We're going to put this away for later. Actually, let's go ahead and roast this. I'm going to go ahead and roast this. No salt, no herbs, nothing like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. Actually, my roaster oven, because this thing's not working. And that should actually be a lot better. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now that we have that nice and roasting, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take all the fat and put them in my crock pot. This is a little tiny little crock pot that I do for, you know, sides and small projects. And I'm going to go ahead and put all the fat from this turkey and the skin that I'm not using. And I'm going to render the fat. Now, something that I have observed and other people have observed is that there is more fat on these animals this year. I don't know if that's concerning or not, because it means that the winter is going to be more harsh. That way they can go ahead and survive the winter a little bit better. Which means we're in for a nice, long, cold spell. And anybody down here knows evil cold white stuff is evil. Talking about snow. We don't like it. And I would rather live in an area that is warm 24/7. I mean, even I have a friend of mine down in Florida that even says that the temperatures are getting into the 40s. And for Florida, that's socks with your sandals weather. Look at that, the meat on that breast. That's huge. Let's see if I can't bring this one up too. There we go. If you've got little chunks, save them. You can just throw them in a jar. Oh, come on. It's not cooperating. But today is a very good day to do this. It is nice and rainy outside. It's going to rain for the next day or two. It's cold. And then this would be perfect canning season. Come on, almost done. If there's still a little bit of fat on this, that's fine. It'll just go into the jar. Now I've got enough room to be able to get this off. Now, that was the fat from all that turkey, most of the skin. I'm going to put some water in here and we are going to render the fat out. Now what means that is that the fat will be warmed up and come out of the skins using the water method. And you know it'll be done whenever the skin and fat actually starts frying itself. You'll actually be able to take the fat off and use that for any type of cooking or soap making. I do this with my chicken. There is absolutely nothing in this world better than sliced potatoes fried in chicken fat and salt. I'm hoping the same with turkey is with turkey. Now we're going to go ahead and cut these up. There's already some pieces in here. I'm going to put them in the big thing here. We're going to need it. Now, about 1 inch by 1 inch. Nothing too nothing too small, nothing too big, depending on the application. Now, I like this size better because you can fit more, and it goes with a lot more recipes. Chicken pot pie, chicken tetrazzini, chicken tacos, ooh, turkey. Here we go with my scatterbrain again. Okay, so turkey pot pies, turkey tetrazzini, turkey tacos. I've already done this with the deer meat and made turkey tacos. You can actually add the seasonings in the jar. And I'll show you how to do that. I'll actually do 1 jar of tacos with taco seasoning. Don't know about pie. I don't think I have time for this weekend enough for that, because this is going to be an all weekend project. And I've already got some pork pie filling. Don't need any more pie stuff right now. You can also do chili. See my previous video for chili. Okay, so that's a lot of turkey. Now it's going to be quite a few jars too. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to clean up real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to can this, and we will be back. Okay, now that we have our jars, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Now, I don't have any taco seasoning, but you can do this with any seasoning that you have. I actually have Italian. So what you want to do, I think we're going to do 2 jars with this. You can actually fill one of these up and measure. But we're going to go ahead and eyeball it. A few more. There we go. Wipe your hands. Always wipe your hands. Because turkey, slimy, ew. All right, so Italian seasoning. This is the salad dressing stuff. We're going to do this Throw it away. And here we go with the hands again. We're going to mix this all up. Oh, that smells so good. This would be fabulous on a salad. Or, yeah, salad. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. Now we're going to go ahead and fill up our jars. And that's it. Don't need to add any water. Make sure it comes up to the rim, or to the bottom rim. One thing about meat is it actually makes its own juice. So you don't have to worry about adding any moisture. This is called a raw pack. The reason why it's called a raw pack is because you're actually packing raw meat. Kind of makes sense. See, that was perfect. 2 jars. Now we're going to go rinse our hands again. These are, we'll talk about the big stuff. These are done. Those will be spiced turkey meat. And then the rest, we will just pack in jars. Now, just to let you know, you can actually add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I won't, because I will be using these as ingredients later. These are already spiced, so I don't have to worry. Those will be something that I would just eat out of the jar. There we go. Now that we have all these done, we'll go ahead and wrap up the rims, put them in our pressure canners. Okay, now that we have everything jarred, I want to show you something. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and bring you over here real quick. Since I have some wide mouths in here, see, these would fit 6 regular mouth pints. But the thing is that I have some wide mouths in here which fit in differently. So I'm going to be putting the 2 wide mouths and 3 jars in here. And then I have these extra 2 left. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put them in my Tiny and Mighty, because both of these will fit in there, so I can get everything done at once. But if you don't have one of these diffusers, put some extra rings on the bottom. That's a good tip. That way the jars don't hit the bottom whenever it's pressurizing, and the jars won't crack. They'll jiggle around a little bit, but the lid will help with that. Let's add water and turn up the heat. Again, okay, here's them with the lids. There's the weights. All right, safety valves towards the wall. And we're just waiting for them to come up to temperature and to steam, and you want to vent for 10 minutes. Meat times are 75 minutes per pint and 90 minutes for quarts. Since we are doing pints with the meat, we will go ahead and do 75 minutes. See you in a bit. Okay, so everything's done. Let's go ahead and everything's depressurized. I've already taken off the weights. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's still bubbling. You can see the bubbles. It's made its own liquid. All that liquid was inside the meat. And then we're going to go ahead and get these cooled off and let them sit out for about 24 hours. This will be part 1 of our turkey canning videos. Tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and process the carcass and show you how I make dog food.